7:43 your time this morning. This week, a judge in Texas ruled again that the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program, known as DACA, is illegal. The decision has since gotten pushed back, and now DACA recipients face uncertainty as to what comes next. Here to give us a little more insight on the decision, we are joined by Navarette, who is the program director for the UndocuSpartan Student Resource Center at San Jose State. Ms. Navarette, we appreciate you joining us this morning. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning.
Let's get right into this here. What is the state of DACA as of today?
As of today, what happened last week was that District Judge Andrew Hannon basically stated that the federal government's attempt to codify the DACA program was illegal. So what that means is that as of now, current DACA recipients can continue to keep their DACA work permit as it stands. But unfortunately, USCIS is not allowed to approve any new applications. And so as of right now, DACA is still in limbo. We know it's going to the Supreme Court, and unfortunately, a lot of students have been depending on this program to know what happens next for them after college.
This is an Obama-era idea, obviously very much supported by the Biden administration, going in a direction originally, as you mentioned, to codify this into law, to make this something that would be permanent, but it seems like it's just hitting all these snags here. What is the worst case scenario for many of these DACA recipients should this go a different direction?
Well, we don't know at the moment. What we do know is that students can continue to renew their DACA. And we're not just talking students. We're also talking alumni, staff, faculty that are on our campus. And I'm sure that they are also part of our different, spaces that we're part of, healthcare, teaching, education. But what that means for some of our students is that there's a lot of instability, right? I think just the notion of their own mental health and what that means for their families, just knowing that we don't know what's going to happen to the program. We know that more than likely it's going to go to the Supreme Court. But in the meanwhile, we have to make sure that our students and their families have the right information so they can continue to renew their program and not lose work authorization.
And if it were to go to the Supreme Court, obviously a very conservative Supreme Court here, what would you expect to come out of that kind of ruling?
We don't know. Right. And I don't want to speculate, but I know that our communities are fighting for this. We know we have groups, attorneys really trying to make a case for the future of DACA and for the future of all of our students and their families.
You in your position in San Jose, do you have conversations with some students who have benefited from this program, who are worried about this program potentially?
Oh, absolutely. We have students that are trying to go into healthcare. They're trying to go into the sciences that really depend on a program like DACA to allow them to go into these spaces that are usually reserved for folks who have work authorization, residency, citizenship. And so programs like this are really detrimental to the future of the students and their careers. Now, it doesn't mean that folks are not able to pursue careers with or without DACA. We know that there have been students in higher ed prior to DACA being a program, but we've seen the impact it has had in the last 10 years. And it just seems really cruel for us to, as a country, to backpedal on this promise for our youth and their families, of course, because this is also benefiting families.
How much are people, and by people, I mean some of the people that you are speaking to and you're hearing from, how much are they actively following some of these headlines? Is this something that maybe you're learning and you're passing on to them, or is this something they are learning as it all actually unfolds?
We're seeing students engaging in the conversation through social media. I have heard from students, they're tired. Students, faculty, staff, we're tired, right? We're tired that this has been going on for many years now, that there's no permanent pathway to DACA, or even just in general for overall immigrant communities. We're really tired. And I think what our students are looking for is stability. They're looking for a long-term path. And we hope that in the next year or so, we will have a better sense of what's going to happen to this program so people can have peace of mind moving forward.
Absolutely. We'll wait and see. 7:48 this morning. Ms. Navarette, we appreciate you joining us from San Jose this morning.
Thank you.